Hello everybody, this is Karen with Creative Paper Artisan, and today we are going to make an ephemera folder that I'm really excited about. I have honestly been looking at different tutorials myself to see, there's so many ideas out there and a lot of them are great, but none of them really stuck with me. Like I didn't think that they would be that efficient for me. And I love efficiency. So I finally found a tutorial with Le Cafe Craft. And she had this version that I fell in love with. So I'm going to make my own, but I'll put my twist on it as well. And I'm going to call it a Forever Ephemera folder because you'll see it goes on forever. I'll be able to pack so much stuff in there. I am so excited because I have so many little bits and pieces. And I'm one of those people, if I can't see what I have, then I forget and I don't know, and then it doesn't get used. It's the same way in my closet. I haven't figured out how to make my closet work for me yet. But anyway, and I'm doubly excited about this because I can use up more of my hanging file folders that I have so many of. So I already went ahead and cut these to the size I needed, and it wasn't very much I had to cut off. I believe this ends up being 8.5. Yeah, 8.5. So I just cut the metal, pretty much that metal hanger. I just cut that part off at 8.5. And you can make these any size you want. In the tutorial I watched, she was using old book covers, hardcover books, and that's great, except I don't have any. All of the hardcover books I have are smaller, and I don't have it in me to like completely tear apart a book just for the cover. I can't do it. So, but I happen to have, let me see, where'd I put them? I happen to have some canvas panels that on hand that I had bought a while back to, play around with mixed media art. I just never got around to it. And I thought, now this is a good size for me. These are 9 by 12. For me, this is a good size. I'm going to be able to fit a lot of, ephemera. So I'm going to make these my covers. Instead of taking a book apart, I'm going to make these my covers. And I'm going to do mixed media on this and make them really pretty. And this will be its own tutorial. I will do that in another video. But this is what I'm going to use. So it turned out really, really great as well because this is 9 by 12. And cutting the file folder down to 8.5 is perfect. I mean, you can see that's a perfect cover. So that's what I'm going to do. Hardly any cutting or trimming. So that's what we're going to do. But I will put these away for now. We'll come back to those in another video. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to leave the fold as it is. I kind of folded it back and forth a little bit so that it's a little bit more flexible. But then what we're going to do is we're going to tape 2 of these together, just with good old packing tape. So I think the easiest thing, if I just do this first a little bit here. Just enough to have a little bit hanging over the side and kind of put it about halfway there. And then try to avoid bubbles. If you get some bubbles, that's okay too. Most of it will be covered up anyway. So I got that side. I'm gonna bring this one back. And you don't want to have it butt right up against the edge because then it won't fold very freely, and you do want it to fold freely. So I found that about 1/8 of an inch is a good distance. So try to get it evened up. Let me see. I'm trying to do this without getting my head in the video. Ugh, okay. And packing tape can be a little bit challenging sometimes. All right, done. All right, so I got that, and just flip the tape over on the side. Got a little bubble there again. I say don't worry about it, and then I end up worrying about it. Okay, got that there. All right, and then we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it again on the back side of this to give it that much more reinforcement. And I do have bubbles on the ends because it's hard to, when you're flipping over, at least it's hard for me. I couldn't do it without the bubble. Okay, and then this goes quicker because it's already lined up. You just boopity boop on there. Okay, and that's it. Okay, and you do that as many times as you want your book to be, because this is what, I'll give you a quick glimpse of what will happen here. Say this is the cover, right? So I'm going to glue this here, and then I'm going to glue the back of this one here, right? So then we've got our little book. And then when we open it up, of course I have to pretend now because it's not glued for real, but we open it up, and then you've got this page and this page and this page. But wait, there's more. Then you go, oops. It's glued, remember? And then you open it up, and then you've got this page and this page. It just, you've got two sides, and you can, do the accordion fold theory here, and it can go forever. So I'm really excited about that. So just to save time, I already put quite a few together. So I'm going to put these two that I just did. I'm going to include them on this. What I did already, right? So, and let me just show you what I did already. I'm gonna put pretty paper on the back, and then some pockets here for the bigger ephemera, and then I did that on this side too. And then here, I haven't decorated it yet, but here's the smaller ones for just like the really tiny pieces. You can just tuck them in. Okay. So, and I went ahead and put paper on all of these. But I left it off of here because I need to tape it still, and I want that tape to be covered up as much as possible with the paper. So I left that one empty. So we're gonna do one more of these taping things, and I'm gonna have a nice chunky folder for all of my scraps and bits and pieces. That's squeaky. It's almost like a chalkboard, nails on a chalkboard. Okay, let's get this lined up. About 1/8 of an inch. Give it some breathing room. All right. Okay. Fold it like so. Let me get the seams down. All right, now let's go ahead and finish putting the pretty paper on. So the paper I'm using, this actually is a freebie in my community group. If you are not a member yet, I would love to have you join me. I'll put a link below to join that group. And this one is, I don't think I've made it available to anyone yet. Sorry. It's just kind of another version of this without the flowers, but it's a nice complementary piece. So I'm using these two papers, and the olive green goes nicely with these army green folders, which I do like that color anyway. Some people don't like it. I tend to like it a lot. So this goes really nice, actually. It's very nice and coordinated. And this paper I may make available in one of my future kits. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you could do it all in this paper, or there's plenty of papers that you could just, use to cover this. A lot of gorgeous papers out there. So I had to cut this down just a little bit because I wanted to have a fairly even border around it. So, and of course, all of these measurements are going to depend on what size you make yours. But for me, I had to cut it down to 7 3/8 just on the side. And then the length was perfect. Just using the regular 8.5 by 11. So that's what I'm going to do. And I have found, this is pretty thin paper. This is just standard 20-pound paper, so it's pretty thin. And if I use my favorite glue and just kind of do like that, you can see the beads in the pattern when it dries. It just doesn't look very nice and smooth. And I honestly am too lazy to brush it on. It's too big of a surface. So I found this glue stick. It's actually Staples. I mean, it's super cheap Staples glue stick. That works great. I found some other glue sticks that are basically useless. Things peel right back off like 2 minutes after you glue it on. But the Staples brand happens to be really, really tacky, really sticky. So if anything, I may put some of the art glitter glue just on the corners to give it that much more. Because once the corners are down, I don't think it's going to come up at all. So I try to get as close as I can on here, but it's kind of hard. So you kind of might need to do the edges a little bit with the art glitter glue or a stronger glue. But overall, it's pretty darn sticky. All right, so then I'm just going to center it. Ooh, it's all over my fingers now. Okay. Center it the best I can there. Get all the work from the middle, get all those bubbles out because it's getting wrinkly paper. So yeah, here's a little bit. Let me see if this will do. Sometimes that does the trick. If not, then I'll just use the art glitter glue. Now actually for this, since this edge is on the tape, the glossy tape, this probably won't stick as well. So I am going to use my art glitter glue just on this corner. And maybe along the edge here just a little bit. Okay, that's all stuck really nicely. Okay, so there's that. And I'm gonna go ahead and finish this, but I won't do it on camera. I'm just gonna, and what I'm doing is alternating every other with my alternating papers. So, but you know how to do that now. I'm not gonna bore you with those tasks. It's more fun to do than watch, honestly. So I will do that later. But now let's go back to the little pockets, which again, super easy. Literally all I did, I've got scraps of the same file folders. I probably won't have enough scraps to do all of these pages, but I have so many of these file folders. I'll just cut them up to whatever I need because I have so many. Okay. So these actually they were already perfect size, but I basically wanted them to be just a little bit wider than the width of the paper. And that's what they were. So again, the measurement's going to depend on what size you're making your album. And So I think, so I've got these 2 pages for larger items. And then I want these 2 pages to be for tiny little items. Like, let me think, I don't have anything handy. Do I have anything handy? Okay, well, here. I'm going to use, this is from one of my loaded tags, but, you know, things that you don't want to get lost in a deeper pocket, you know, smaller items like this, and like the larger item like this. I mean, that would work, but I know I've got some larger things, like say if I want, this is already, you know, done, but if I had a larger item, even something, probably scraps of paper is what I will use the bigger pockets for, but those will go in there. And then the smaller, narrow pockets are more for the little guys. So I'm so excited. I'm going to have to take like a week to organize, pull out all of my scraps and all of my little things and get it all organized for once and for all. Once and for all. Okay. So basically, I'm going to do 2 of this. So I just cut this in half is what I did. So I'll do that to 2 of these. Let me get my little trimmer out. And let's see. What is this? That's 3. 3? Yeah. Okay. I don't know why that confused me. Okay, so I need it to be 1.5. And this cutter is actually not. I'm gonna get my bigger one. This one doesn't have measurements going in the right direction. So let me get my big boy. I don't quite have enough room for everything on my table. Okay, so 1.5. Okie dokie. Oops. All right. So then, what? I'm lost now. I'm lost. Where am I? There I am. Okay. So, I mean, I probably don't have to show you how to do this, but I'm gonna, because I like hanging out with you. So I'm just going to make a pocket starting at the very bottom. And so I'm just going to do the 3 sides, obviously. I think I might have a clog in my glue. It's not coming out very, oh, there we go. That's better. Okay. I'm wanting to line it up with the bottom of that page and kind of center it as well. It's a little bit longer. Okay. You want to keep the glue as close to the edge as you can, or else your pocket will end up being smaller. But you also don't want the glue to be like all goopy out the edges either, so just kind of have to play with it a little bit. Just eyeball it. I'm a real fan of eyeballing things. I'm not, measuring makes me nervous. I've never been good with numbers or at math. So measuring, some things you just have to measure, and that's all there is to it. But if I can eyeball something, I'm going to eyeball it. I really am. And usually, I mean, not to toot my own horn, toot toot, but I'm actually really quite good at getting things on the money when I'm eyeballing things. I'm usually, if I'm off by like a 1/16 of an inch. And I'm okay with that because usually to the naked eye, a 1/16 of an inch is not going to be very perceptible. So I feel like that's kind of my superpower sometimes. Like I can eyeball it within a 1/16 of an inch. Lots of things. Even hanging pictures on a wall, I'm usually spot on. So anyway, that's my little bragging right. But I can't cook, so I'm not much, well, I should say I can't, but cooking does not come naturally to me. My mother is a fantastic cook. My husband is a fantastic cook. He cooked his way through college, and he is really, really good at making things taste fantastic without any recipes or anything. And I, on the other hand, I have to have a recipe. And every time I stray and try to get creative, something, it doesn't work out. I end up with not enough liquid or too much liquid, or I don't know, my brain just can't work that way. So I can't cook. That is not my superpower. But I can eyeball things within a 1/16 of an inch. So there. Okay. There we go. It looks kind of funny. I need to embellish these pockets a little bit. Let me see. I put some lace on these. I think I'm going to put a different lace on these. If I have enough of this one. I'm not sure I have enough of this. Maybe I'll do every other one. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. Because it kind of, honestly, it's so camouflaged, I need to know where the pockets are. And hang on, I just noticed this is kind of sticking up a little bit. I'll glue this down on the edge just a bit more. Because I don't want that popping off at any given time. All right. So make this a little bit cleaner cut, starting to fray. So I don't want to put too much embellishment because it's going to be thick enough with the actual, scraps and embellishment pieces in there. So I don't want to overdo decorating it because it'll make it too fat. Let me see. Which side's the right side up? I'm not sure it matters, but I think this is the back side. So I'm going to put a little doobie-doo, and I'm going to put some on the corners too. Boop, 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 boop. Okie dokie. I like this lace. I really like lace that is has straight edges on both sides. I seem to be drawn to that kind of lace rather than the super frilly lace. I mean, I have nothing against super frilly lace. Like this is frillier because it has, the scalloped edge and everything. But I really like the straight edges for some reason. All right. So I'm going to do this one. I'll probably do every other one. I don't think I'm going to have enough to do all 4. Yeah, probably not. So then I'll find a complementary lace or something. Maybe I'll do washi tape. Ooh, yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay. Sorry, I'm just making things up as I go. I hope you're okay with that. This one is a little crooked. Okay, let me see again. Which side is up? Oh, no, I really can't tell. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. Okay. Alrighty. Can you? Oh, I'm off camera. Sorry. Okay. That's pretty. Oh shoot! I didn't do the every other one. Ah, hang on. I was gonna do every other one. Son of a biscuit eater. Okay. See if I can wipe this off without it ruining anything. Ay, ay, ay. My brain is in about 10 or 15 different places right now, so I need to focus on the task at hand, right? Goodness gracious. Okay, that'll work. I'm gonna do washi tape there anyway, so that should cover that up, I hope. Let me go grab my washi tape. I'll be right back. Okay, I found this one that I'm going to go with. It's very wide actually, and pretty wildflowers. I like that. All right, so but I'm usually a fan of just tearing washi tape because I like the torn edges, but in this case, I do not want torn edges. So let me get this set here. And a bit too. Okay, I like that. Okay, let me do that to this one. And then this page will be done. Oh, that one's a little crooked, but you know what? I'm gonna go with it. It's gonna be busy enough with the ephemera and all that stuff in it, so I don't think it'll bother me once it's full. I won't even see it. Will I? I don't know. I'm doubting myself now. Okay. Okay, so there you go. Honestly, I'm not gonna decorate all the pages with you here. I will do that later. But here we have it. Let's pretend the cover is here, right? So we've got this page. Let me put some larger pieces of things here for you so you can see. There's some scraps. Well, honestly, these are the kind of scraps I'm probably going to put in here because they're good. They're good scraps. I don't want to throw them away, but they're just kind of sitting all over the place. Okay, so we've got those pockets, and then we've got these pockets. for little things, right? The same thing for here. And then as I go through, I may wait until I look and see what all my scraps and ephemera look like. I may do it alternating that. It kind of would make sense. I like having a nice pattern to things. So I may do 2 pockets, two large pages with large pockets, and then 2 pages with small pockets, 2 pages with large pockets, 2 pages with small. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So we're going to pretend the cover's here already. And then we've got this, 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 and a cover. But wait, there's more. And I've got all this. I'm going to cover and put pockets in. This, this, this. I mean, seriously, I was thinking I might make a couple of these. I might not need to make a couple. This might be all I need. And it's not that thick. I mean, it'll be thicker once I put things in there, but it's not like this big, huge, hulking thing. So I'm really excited about this, if you haven't been able to tell. So that's it, basically. And you decorate it how you want. Super easy. I would just, keep the folder, keep those, the fold where that already comes with it naturally, just keep it like that. And then just tape the 2 separate pieces together. Remember to leave a little bit of room to give it some breathing space. And there you have a forever I can't say it, forever ephemera. That's a tongue twister. Forever ephemera folder. Yes, ma'am. So I will also post the finished product as well, so that you can see it all finished. But I hope this made sense to you, and I hope it is not too scary, because it really is easy once you kind of get in the groove. It's really easy. It kind of looks complicated. When I first saw that, I was like, what? But it's not. It's easy. Okay, I promise. You can do it. All right. Well, stay tuned for my the video that I'm going to make for the covers. I'm going to be decorating these, doing mixed media, and making covers for this fantastic forever ephemera folder. All right. See you later, guys.